Have a secondary push over here. Now, if Deer doesn't handle both of these correctly, he's going to lose on one of these fronts, and it's going to be very hard to recover. Keep in mind, Zerg is basically going untouched. So Deer says, wait a minute, you don't quite have enough. I'm calling your bluff. I'm coming in here. I'm going to try to push this down. And, of course, the Broodlords can't really run away that fast, but great harpooning there, taking that carrier in, and one does go down.
Yeah, good play here from Bill. I love this. He's not getting flanked. He's utilizing his spells well. He's zoning everything with those Broodlords. And picking off a couple carriers. Those things are very expensive. Oh, get wrecked, Oracle.
Okay, nicely done. Harpooning the mothership. Ooh. He takes that out. One Viper actually does not go down. Meanwhile, these Stalkers being used to try to free up some supplier, doing some damage. And Deer's going for it. Are there too many Corruptors? That's a big question.
Those Psy Storms are just huge. The Banelings rolling in. That was a huge amount of value and army lost for Biel right there, but at the same time, it looks like he has enough Corruptors to clear out everything here. But he turns around. Oh. He definitely would have killed at least, well, I think he would have killed all of these.
Carriers?
He might still, no, I guess there's enough Stalkers now. Actually, that was a big misclick. I think that might have been an all-army hotkey move.
I think you're correct. It seemed a little bit odd because the plan had worked accordingly, right? Then he could have gone in and just, if he gets rid of these carriers, I mean, carriers take so long to make.
Yeah.
Along with the interceptors and everything else. But there's a lot more Corruptors out. I think the ground army is actually quite insufficient. And so from here, it's a fight where Biel wins the air fight, and I think he actually wins the ground fight as well. And of course, with all these Corruptors, he can always go back and make some more Broodlords.
If suddenly you just fly in here and a bunch of stuff gets harpooned, you just abduct hits your mothership and like 2 carriers. That is so much money gone from your army.
It really is. So the first push is coming in here. Look at all this crap flying everywhere.
Yeah. This is just dirty.
This map is a mess.
Like
Are we supposed to be underwater? No life form is going to live here after this fight's done. Great engage coming up here. He will take down the mothership, and it looks like there just is not enough. That expansion goes down. But does Biel try to hold his ground? The Stalker's now blinking in, but so many Broodlings just underneath them. The Void Ray's doing a great job. And I think with the next wave, Deer actually can take out the rest of this army.
Yeah, those Void Rays are doing massive work against these Corruptors. Carriers being kept alive because of that. So a good hold here by Deer.
Deer's continuing now to push out. We saw this happen once already where he came out here after being victorious in a fight, then comes out here and tries to wipe out one of these bases, wherever he can find one, really.
Moving forward right now. There's a couple High Templars mixed in here as well. See Hydra's mostly being made. There's really no counter for these carriers, so that is an issue.
And he's continuing to come out. I think actually this game, the scale has finally been tipped. I believe that there's no stopping Deer. It's just too much. Biel with some bad engages. GG. Very wide open area. The storms will have to be perfect.
That was a good storm.
Yeah, nice force fields too, curbing some of those lings up.
God.
You can see Biel not wanting to overextend. He's going to try to go in again. I don't believe there's any more force fields, or at least enough to really make a difference here. Great storm on those Banes. Oh my God. He stormed every single Baneling.
That was so crazy how good his storms were. Clearer path, I guess. A lot of Lings coming up for a counterattack here. Going to deny that 5th base.
But because he sees all those Lings up there, Deer decides he might be able to push in a little bit further. Kind of an Guardian shield back there. Oh! Using that ramp so well. Okay, here come the storms now. Great side storms. The Banelings actually retreating through some of that. So many Immortals remaining, but Immortals are not the counter to Hydras. And this is a big win right now for Biel.
Yeah, he's erasing a ton of these valuable units.
That was the play. That's what he needed to do. However, Deer is still starting to shred up the bottom with all these Zealots hitting this expansion.
Man. He does not want to lose that base. This is how Deer snuck out a victory in this map previously. Zealots just kind of killing a base while he was taking damage.
Sometimes that's how it goes, where it's not really the big battle. It's actually a small warping somewhere else that takes out a base that allows you to win the game. But that being said, Biel does manage to keep the base alive.
Okay, that's so important, and that means that he's on 6th base. Now, the 5th base is being taken again by Deer. It doesn't look like it's done quite yet, about to finish up.
Now, even though Deer lost that big fight in the middle of the map. I mean, his bases are pretty much going untouched. He still has room to try to tack up. The question really is, will Bial, going into this Broodlord phase, try to do any kind of pushes? It's a very big map. It's a long travel distance, and Protoss can start to play the counterattack game again. But otherwise, I think that, and I don't think he's going to necessarily go for a big Hydra Bane bust, but we'll see.
Well, I think you do the frontal push. Like, as soon as you get Broodlords, you need to be pushing into Protoss, because once they start to counter your Broodlords, their value goes so far down. But like against this army, Broodlords are going to be super powerful. They zone High Templars and Archons so well. They clog up the ground for Zealots. And let's not forget, the great enemy of the Immortal is the Broodlord.
Oh, well, a very small attack here might be able to take out this Nexus. We have Archons and Zealots scrambling to get down here to save this in time. Can they do it? It's getting low. Big save. Very important he keeps that alive.
Yeah, if he loses that Nexus while these Broodlords are flying over, not a good place to be. That is a hell of a lot of Broodlords, and not that much it hits air. He just needs to get perfect Psy Storms, basically.
Ooh, he does not want to fight this up here.
Certainly not. Look at that. Oh my god.
In a twist in this game, Bial now utilizing that high ground. And this is where he's going to have a foothold. He can choose where to try to attack into this location. These two bases are so important here for Deer. Deer really has to win this fight, and I don't know if he can actually pull that off.
This is so many Broodlords. He's split them just magnificently. Some good storms going off. Yeah. The Archons absorbing a lot of hits from these Banelings.
Oh my god, this engage is insane.
Deer really on top of it with his spellcasting, but the anti-air here is getting extremely low.
Yeah, despite the storms, the Broodlords are just, there's nothing that can really combat them. He's made some more Stalkers. I'm assuming he's going to be warping in more right now. He has to back off. Those Stalkers coming up. Still some Hydras, though, down here to try to help defend.
He does not have Blink, so he needs to get in range. That's
GG.
it. GG.
The Overlord before the drop itself can actually occur. If he drops and takes out those sentries,
he's got to warp in Stalkers. He has to warp in Stalkers, I think.
Yeah. Well, he has to do the drop right now.
Okay, here we
go.
Here
we go.
Okay, a decent spread so far. Oh, God, another Drop Lord coming in as well, taking out so many sentries. I was like... Oh, okay. I thought the Warp Prism was gone for a second there. Wow, good connections right there as well. The Prism gets taken out. Backfire. These Drop Lords can backfire. Oh god, Link's all over everything.
He's coming in, nothing's targeting these Overlords.
Oh, he grabs all the sentries into the Prism, a great counter micro move.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Oh my god.
The push is coming in at double force. There's only two spines up here. We don't see any more Banelings inside the Overlords, so Force Field's gonna deny this.
Oh my god. This micro of Deer just out of this world. The spines not even getting burrowed before they're under fire.
Zerg actually supply blocked right now. I think Deer with the micro play, saving those sentries, was the play that should allow him to actually win this game.
Yeah, with those sentries being alive, he stopped the next Baneling wave, and it looks like he should be able to kill Bill now. Wow, really well done by Deer. I thought for sure he was going to lose after the first push went away.
I was about to say, I don't blame Deer for trying a second push, but it's probably not going to work. But Deer with these micro tricks, even though the idea of what Bill was doing was awesome, it was not enough. Deer, a very, very tricky player to try to outmaneuver here. And this is basically the beginning of the end. There's no more drones in sight. GG.